Evil must be punished. Alrighty, you say something to the effect of, how can I be fairly certain of what I say? Well, I grew up in Ohio, alright, and in Ohio we have a very famous cave called Mammoth Cave, and I'm going to read you from their fact sheet, FAQ fact sheet. And let me scroll down here. How cold or hot can it get inside Mammoth Cave? Temperatures inside the cave vary somewhat, but usually hover around 54 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. In the variable temperature zones close to the entrances, wind chills in winter can dip below freezing, or temperatures can rise to around 60 degrees. Okay, so it is entirely possible that underneath the surface of Mars it is a constant temperature. I wouldn't say 54 degrees Fahrenheit. I'd say probably maybe around 40. Still, that is enough to have liquid water. For all we know, there is liquid water running right now under the surface of Mars. We don't know. Without boots on the ground, there's no way of knowing for sure. But considering the fact that on Earth we have caves, and not even deep caves, I would point out, that maintain a constant temperature of 54 degrees. Now you say, well, there's volcanic activity. I'd say the volcanic activity probably accounts for maybe 5%. This has to do with the insulating factor of soil itself, more so than any tectonic or thermonuclear activity. And so it's like a big blanket, when you're under the ground. You've got all that insulation, that the ground acts like an insulator from the extreme cold. And so I won't say that underneath the surface of Mars it's 54 degrees, because I don't know. But clearly, with the soil acting as a natural insulator, I see no reason why it couldn't maybe be, I don't know, 40 degrees. That's not very warm, but it's enough to maybe have liquid water flowing around under there. But the truth is, we don't know. And we won't know until we get boots on the ground. And I guess my frustration is that we should have been colonizing Mars back in the 70s. This has been the greatest travesty of mankind that I can think of, is our absolute utter failure in not colonizing the Moon and Mars when we had more than ample opportunity to do so. It really burns me up. But anyway, there's something else I want to point out here. Let's see here. Are there endangered animals and plants in the park? The park contains several species of endangered plants and animals, including Eggert's sunflower, the eyeless cave shrimp, and several species of river mussels, among others. Now, why do I bring that up? I bring that up because if indeed soil is a natural insulator, and I have no reason to doubt that it is entirely possible that indigenous species could indeed exist below the surface of Mars, such as my little friend, little bunny Foo-Foo. Occasionally popping up to the surface when they detect something that's warm, say like the engines of a spacecraft. And then upon seeing that it's nothing good to eat, they didn't burrow back down under the ground again. That is one possibility. Of course, NASA they won't honor that possibility. See, NASA really confuses me. Okay, they really confuse me sometimes, because a logical conclusion would be that if there is frozen water under the surface of Mars, and Mars is getting warm, then logic would dictate that that water might be melting, at least a little bit. But NASA, for some strange reason, won't even think about that idea. They won't even consider it.